Okay, this is my video, the French Gras. It's 1866-74 model, which is a converted Chaspo. The Chaspo, well, at least the receiver was. Chaspo rifle was converted to a cartridge gun. I did a video explaining about the gun in detail at the 50-yard range, and now we moved up after we had a preliminary sight in, did a little offhand shooting, got an idea where we're shooting. We moved on to the 100-yard. And that's where I'm going to bring up when I talk about the sights. If you look at this sight here, this is the rear sight. I don't know if it's a battle sight or what. It's a little bit on the loose side. I should maybe tighten that down. And it's just a simple notch. And I believe it is like a 300, 400 meter battle sight is what that is there. I really haven't researched what the sights are gauged for, but in general, all of these old military guns from this time period had a battle sight, which is, any sights, the minimum is about 300 to 400 meters. So we're shooting a little high. Now, it was easy to get on the paper at 50 yards. When we went out to 100, we had to kind of start zeroing it in, because I was off. I was probably shooting way high. And the sight is not sharp. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's not very sharp. It's kind of wide, and the screw comes through the bottom. So when you line this up, you can get it right into the bottom, but it's not quite a sharp V. It's kind of rounded. So you got room, like a buckhorn sight on the old black powder guns, you got to know your sight picture and repeat it over and over again. Okay, just gauging it, how low you went and from side to side. So it's not that precise of a sight, but if you concentrate and are persistent, you can remember the picture and get consistency when you know where the gun is shooting. And with this and these old guns shooting at 100 yards, I'm aiming low, below the target, kind of trying to remember where I am in a V notch, and have to repeat that over and over again to shoot the 8 to 10 inches high and hit the bullseye. But I can do it. The problem is just trying to remember from one shot to the other. Okay. That's the hard thing. If I had one gun instead of 2 or 3, to sit down, take all afternoon, concentrate, but then again, if I don't shoot it for 3 months and go back, where are we at? But we did end up getting some things on the paper, and I only loaded 20 rounds for the Gras. So it was kind of an impromptu, quick thing. But we ended up hitting somewhere, realizing where it was. I wish I had another 10, 15 rounds. I could have put up another target and probably done a lot better. But it's something to work towards, and another challenge for another day. But all in all, even though the sights are not that fine, it's still a good, comfortable shooting gun. I believe it's probably accurate. I will try to run some black powder loads in here, maybe even some paper patches that go on with my experimentation to see. And when I get my other gun up and running and headspace right, I'll have a second example to kind of see, how it all, works. But that's about it. And I have a 50-yard video, so you can go back and see that. And there was a little bit, I think there was a hang fire on this gun. Now either I got contaminated primers, or mechanically it happened on another rifle too. It's a bit of a hang fire. I don't know if shooting these old guns loosens up. I did notice that this bolt was stiff, even though I tried soaking it with penetrating oil and stuff. It wasn't until I fired this gun that everything got loosened up and ungummed up after I don't know how many years it's been sitting. So when you are shooting these old guns, that's when dirt, grime, and other stuff get knocked loose after 80, 100 years and may cause malfunctions. So That's something else you got to be aware of when using these old guns. Alright, so enjoy the 100-yard video. I'll have to edit it out because I keep going back and forth to the spotting scope. But I give you my comments on that as I go, which may be helpful. So enjoy the video. Alright, we're out here at 100 yards with the Gras 1866-74. 50 yards, we're shooting a tad high. So I'm going to give it a shot out here, but try to figure out what the range is for where I'm shooting. Okay. That was a little low and to the right. So, this sight here is pretty, ain't much of a sight. It's kind of a not too well defined groove. And the thing, so what I'm gonna do is this. Hopefully it won't take me all day. Get in the bowl. Alright, that one looks like it went a little high. That's for fun. Shoot with these guns when we get out a ways. Still not quite sure. It was weird, got a little bit of backblast from that. Okay, it kind of appears we're shooting way high. So what I'm going to try to do is aim a little lower. See if that don't get me where I need to go. Okay. We're on the paper, but I gotta aim kind of low on that. One of them mysterious hang fires. Alright, we're there now. We're hitting it. we're in there, but the accuracy is a little odd. I have to work on the ammunition and work on the sight picture. Getting any of these old guns to shoot fairly accurately or figure out where they're hitting can be a chore. Well, we gave it a try. Last one for the day. Okay, we'll walk down and look at the targets. Okay, there's the target for our Gras rifle. Got one in the bullseye. The first one I found up high there at the left is when I realized I was shooting high. And you know, without putting paper, clean paper all over, it's kind of hard to see. So I started aiming lower and got to two in the lower, and then there's one over here. A couple of them, I think, were to the left and some off the paper. So the sight is not as well defined, and you got a lot of wiggle room, and I was aiming way below to get on there. But a little bit more work, maybe a black powder load will be a bit more accurate. You know, just something you have to work at and fool around with the ammunition, but they're a pretty good rifle, pretty nice, comfortable to shoot. So that's our first whack with the Gras.